Hi everybody, Phil Evans again. I love these little videos. I'm really getting a kick out of making them, so I hope you're getting something out of them. Just a little while ago I made a video about visiting my brother Rick in a mental institution and how tough that was. Just the other day, in fact only 2 days ago, I was given the opportunity, or I was asked by my daughter, to please take her to visit her son, which is therefore my grandson, in a juvenile jail down in Sydney. He's been in some trouble, he's been dealing with some issues in his life, and with all the love and the support and the friendship that we've been able to give him, it hasn't been enough. He's run off the rails. So down we go to a juvenile prison where he's in the remand section in a place called St Mary's in Western Sydney. And you know what, neither of us knew what to expect, neither of us knew if we could handle it, neither of us had any idea how we would be treated when we arrived there. Would they be like Nazis? Would we get strip searched? What was it going to be like? What was this experience going to be like? So my daughter and I spent 3 hours together just supporting each other, getting us ready for this experience, knowing that it was going to be tough. So we walked in and we signed in and we went through all the process, and they had a room set aside for us, and we went in and sat in this room, and then this young guy, I won't name him, but he's my grandson. He walked into the room and he just had a big smile on his face, and he looked at us and said, "I love you both. Gee, it's good to see you. I've missed you." We had lots of hugs, a lot of tears. I was so emotional I couldn't even talk for a while. So we sat down and we discussed his situation. We looked at where he was, what he was doing. He's been going to school. He got an award the other day. He's about to go back to court and be sentenced or let off next week, early next week. I hope to be in court with him. But right now we had to actually go through his circumstances and look at and take the positives out of what he's learning. His attitude has changed. Hey, I don't want to live this kind of life. I do want to change. I do want to go over to Western Australia to live with Dad for a while, and maybe that'll change my life. He hasn't seen his father for 11 years. So we were adding up all the things that this picture was made of. And by the time we did a lot more crying and a lot more hugging and a lot more "I love you," and we spent an hour having amazing conversations. He took my daughter's hand and he kissed it and he said, "Mum, I love you, and I'm so sorry for what I've put you through." That's awesome. This guy I'm talking about has a heart of gold. He's just out of whack right now. He's 15. So he showed and displayed a lot of those beautiful emotions that I knew he had. And we then walked out of there. That was tough. We just stood there and we hugged each other for what seemed like half an hour. And then we got in the car and we started to drive home, and the conversation unfolded about the positives that we could take away from that meeting. About, we know he's safe while he's in there. We know his attitude has changed. We know that he's about to do one of two things, and that's early next week that we'll find out. But those things, regardless of which the outcome is, are both going to be the best thing for him right now. We've talked about it. He's okay. That whole situation, that whole experience, as heartfelt as it was, as emotional as it was, has allowed my daughter and I in the last 24 hours to actually lift our own emotional spirits high again. Because for about 12 months we've been really worried about him. He's been on the streets. He's been getting into massive trouble, and when you think about it, he was only just turned 14 when all that started. So we could take a lot of good and just say, regardless of what happens Monday, he's going to be in the right place, and we need to let go and just trust that that will be so. It's allowed us to have some emotional space and freedom again to allow other things in. I just haven't been capable of letting anything else in. And that's pretty amazing experience. So anyone else out there that's ever felt that, it is like a bucket. Our emotional bucket, if it's full, it can't handle anymore. So we just don't deal with it. It overflows down the side, and that hurts other people. So just be aware, get help, reach out to others, talk about it. Don't be afraid to. And every single situation has some positive side to it if you can just look deep enough. So I know this was a little bit serious, and I want to enlighten you and inspire you, but just maybe this video might help somebody. See ya.